morning, students. To one and all, I am Srinivas, Faculty of English. Students, I am sure we are all living in crisis state now, but within no time, with the support of Almighty, definitely we can come out from torrid situation and let us live like in normal ways how we lived in the earlier state. I am very sure. Anyhow, students, utilize this opportunity. This opportunity, it means everyone is struggling for taking coaching now in various aspects. But I'm sure you are all lucky enough as you are taking this great coaching from a great institute like Made Easy on online basis. God bless you, my children. Now I'll start the syllabus. It means I'll give the syllabus as well as I'll explain the topic wise in detail. Right? Very first time, government, they have given syllabus. They have given prescribed syllabus for GATE students. You are lucky enough this year. So for all these years, we didn't have any syllabus, right? For the very first time, government, they have prescribed a particular syllabus for GATE students. What is the syllabus? It means what are the topics we have to follow. First, let us see. 1. Grammar. 2. Vocabulary. 3. Verbal analogy. 4. Critical reasoning. Grammar, vocabulary, verbal analogy, critical reasoning. These are the topics we have to follow. My dear students, see, first, in the case of vocabulary, we'll see that part later. First, whereas in grammar point of view, what are the topics we have to cover? Take the syllabus. 1. Question tags. Right? This is the first topic. 2. Usage of A as soon as B. No sooner than C. Hardly when D. Scarcely when by before. 1. First topic, question tags. Second topic, USAGE. Usage of as soon as, no sooner than, hardly when. HARDLYWHEN. Hardly when. Hardly when. And this is scarcely. 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 Scarcely when by before. 2 topics, right? Next, first topic, second topic, third topic. Degrees of comparison. Degrees of comparison. Fourth topic, articles. Fifth topic, tenses plus if clauses. Sixth topic, reported speech. Seventh topic, prepositions. Eighth topic, parts of speech. Ninth topic, concords. Here you add reported speech plus voice. Sixth topic you add like this, reported speech plus voice. It means 10 topics. No doubt. Right? So my students, these are the 10 topics we have to consider. The ninth topic I told you, concords and corrections. Concords and corrections. What is concord? I'll explain later, don't worry. Concords, C-O-N-C-O-R-D-S, concords and corrections, C-O-R-R-E-C-T-I-O-N-S, concords and corrections. Right? These are the 10 topics we have to take into consideration. First, I'll explain some basics. Okay? First, my dear students, let me say something about vocabulary part. In the case of vocabulary, thousands of words are there. How many words we can explain in the class? So every students, every day, wherever I go, students, they will come and ask me, sir, how can I enrich my vocabulary? How you can expect that you can improve your vocabulary? You never read any English paper. At least you never follow any English magazine. How you can expect that you can improve your language as well as vocabulary? My dear students, if one wants to improve vocabulary, definitely has to go through magazines like Outlook, Frontline. Similarly, read the Hindu paper. Then only you can enrich your vocabulary. Actually, there are no techniques. There are no techniques regarding vocabulary part. But to the best of my knowledge, I give you some techniques, right? With the support of those techniques, we can know the meaning of the word easily, and also we can remember the meaning of the word easily. What techniques? See, for example, what is the meaning of aberration? What is the meaning of aberration? Aberration means different from normal. Aberration means different from normal. See, it's very difficult to store the meaning of the word in mind. Unless you go with the practical usage, you can never remember the meaning of the word. My dear students, today I am telling you, take 3 or 4 words every day and go with the practical usage. Then only you can improve the language. Go with the practical usage always. See, aberration. How can we store in mind easily? Look, A plus, beer plus, ration plus, shop. Add shop here. A plus, beer plus, ration plus, shop. If the government opens a ration shop for selling the beer, definitely it is different from normal, right? No government does like that. So this is one of the best techniques, I believe, my students. So these are the techniques we can find in vocabulary part. But explaining, if you are interested in the improvement of vocabulary part, so many books are available in the market. Like this, we're giving with techniques like this. You take the books and make it yourself strong. But what are the technique is there? I strongly believe in one philosophy. If you want to improve the vocabulary, go with the practical usage. Anyhow, let us practice some words in the class after some time. Don't worry. Next, third one is verbal analogy. What is verbal analogy? That also I'll explain later. Next, critical reasoning. What is critical reasoning? This also I'll explain later. First, let me complete the grammar part. What is the first topic? Question tags. Right, my students? Before I proceed to the grammar topics, first I'll explain 5 to 10 minutes some basics. Take down the heading like this. Special verbs. Special verbs. 24. S-P-E-C-I-A-L. B-E-R-B-S. Special verbs. These can be called anomalous finites, auxiliary verbs, modal verbs, helping verbs, whatever you call. These are 24 special verbs. I am giving the list of the 24 special verbs here. See, am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, do, does, did. Do, does, did. Most important verbs. Will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, need, dare, used to, okay, ought to. See, this you have to say used to. Don't say used to. D is kept silent. Used to, ought to. See, am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, do, does, did, will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, need, dare, used to, ought to. 24 specialists. There are thousands of words in English language. Of all these 24, of all these thousands of specialists, these 24 are playing major role. Without these 24 specialists, there is no English. Total English language depends on the usage of these 24 specialists. If you are good at the usage of all these 24 specialists, 70% English, you can speak English fluently. No one knows this great secret. Right? So total English language depends on the usage of these 24 specialists. Right, my students? Next. Sentences. Next part is sentences. S-E-N-T-E-N-C-E-S. Sentences. Right? Four kinds. Sentences are four kinds. One, assertive. A, positive. I will explain. First look at the board. B, negative. 2, interrogative. 3, imperative. 4, exclamatory. Right, my students? What is the first sentence? What is the first sentence? Assertive. What is the meaning of assertive? What is the meaning of assertive? Assertion means statement. Assertive means statement. Again, you may confuse. I know that. I know your confusion. Sir, what is statement, sir? Right? This is your doubt. Statement means speaking something. Statement means speaking something. We commonly speak in two forms. Accepting, not accepting. If we are speaking in accepting sense, that sentence is called positive sentence. If we are speaking in not accepting sense, that sentence is called negative sense. Right? Sentence. So, speaking accept is called positive sentence. Speaking negative is called negative sentence. Negative means not accepting. So, this is the first one. So, what is assertive? Assertive means statement. Again, you may confuse. What is statement? Statement means speaking something. Speaking in accepting sense is called positive sentence. Speaking in not accepting sense is called negative sentence. And these two are called assertive. And simply we can call statement. Right? Second, interrogative. Interrogative means, see, the police are interrogating. Interrogating means questioning. Interrogative means questioning. First, let us learn these two right now. We learn these two later. We don't leave. We learn later. First, these two are very important. Next. Now, my students, look. What is the basic? To do all these grammar topics, we have to learn in English. First, basic. This is the basic These are the basic points now I am explaining. These are really very important for improving not only English, to go with perfect knowledge in any grammar topic. To do any grammar topic easily, these techniques now what I am explaining, these will help you a lot. See, negative. First, negative. What is negative? See, to make a negative sentence, put not after the special verb. Next, interrogative. To make an interrogative sentence, put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. At the beginning of the sentence. Look, negative. To make a negative sentence, put not after the special verb. If you want to make a negative sentence, what you have to do? We have to put not. What you have to do? We have to put not. Where you have to put not in English? After the special verb. If you want to put not in English, not always will come after the special verb. Right? Some exceptions are there, we'll see later. Next, interrogative. If you want to make an interrogative sentence, what you have to do? To make an interrogative sentence, put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. So, my students, if you want to make a negative sentence, what you have to do? To make a negative sentence, put not. It means, if you want to make a negative sentence in English, what you have to do? You have to put not. Where you have to put not in English? After the special verb. Right? Interrogative. If you want to make an interrogative sentence, what you have to do? Put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. Now, I'll give you one example. See. See, let us take one example. Tendulkar is a great cricketer. Tendulkar is a great cricketer. Now this, see, a sentence that gives accepting sense. That sentence is called positive sentence. See, the sentence is giving us the meaning of accepting sense. A sentence that gives accepting sense like this. These sentences are called positive sentence. Now, first, what you have to do in English? We have to change the positive sentence into negative as well as interrogative. First basic this we have to learn, right? See, with the support of these basics, how we can play with every grammar topic, I'll show you within no time, right? See, now we have to make negative sentence. What is the rule to make a negative sentence? My notes is almost like mathematical formula, right? What is the rule to make a negative sentence? We have to put not. We have to put not. Where you have to put not in English? After the special verb. I have given you the list of all the 24 special verbs, right? So what is the special verb here? Is. What is the special verb here? Is. So put not after the special verb. Tendulkar is not. After special verb, simply put not after the special verb, right? A great cricketer. Remaining words write as usual. That's all. Remaining words write as usual. What you have to do here, if you want to make a negative sentence, right? Find the special verb in the sentence. Right? After finding the special verb in the sentence, simply put not after that special verb. That's all. Right? This is negative. So next, interrogative. How can we make an interrogative sentence? If you want to make an interrogative sentence, what is the formula? To make an interrogative sentence, put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. So take the special verb and put it at the beginning of the sentence. I have placed it at the beginning of the sentence, right? So see, look, I have put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. What are the words remain here? Write the remaining words in the same order like this. Is Tendulkar a great cricketer? That's all. That's it. Very easy. See, how do you make negative sentence? If you want to make a negative sentence, put not after the special verb, right? If you want to make an interrogative sentence, put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. That's it, right? Now, see. So, my students, how do you make negative sentence? If you want to make a negative sentence, put not after the special verb. Similarly, if you want to make an interrogative sentence, what you have to do? You have to put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. The first verb of the film is super hit. Bahubali part 1, super hit. It means we can make negative sentence and interrogative sentence. How can we make? If there is special verb, simply put not after the special verb to make negative sentence. If you want to make an interrogative sentence, put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. First half of the film is super hit. Second half, it means if there is special verb in a sentence, easily you can make negative, easily you can make interrogative. I am very sure. But if there is no special verb in a sentence, then what you have to do? Second part. See, non-special verbs. Non-special verbs. It means a sentence without a special verb. A sentence without a special verb. See what you have to do? Borrow, do, does, did. I'll explain now. Just look at the board. Right? Do is equal to present tense without s. Does is equal to present tense with s. Did is equal to past tense. Right? What is all this? I'll explain. Don't worry. Now let us take one note here. What is the note? See? Whatever we borrow, put root verb in negatives and interrogatives. Right, my students? If there is no special verb, then what you have to do? We have to borrow do or does or did. Do is equal to present tense without s. What is all this? I'll explain. Don't worry. Does is equal to present tense with s. Did is equal to past tense. Note. Right? What is the note you have written here? Whatever we borrow, put root verb in negatives and interrogatives. What is all this? I'll explain. See? Verb is of three kinds. Everyone knows. Go, went, gone. Go, went, gone. The first one is present tense. Second one is past tense. Third one is past participle or future. Both are correct. First one is present tense. Second one is past tense. Third one is past participle or future. Right? See, the first form of the present tense is, it means present tense is always in two forms. Present tense is always in two forms. Go by, goes. It means present tense is always in two forms. Present tense without s, present tense with s. But don't say went by wents, gone by gones. Okay? Past tense only it has one form. Past participle also it has only one form. Only present tense has two forms. Without s with this. Present tense is always in two forms. Now look at the board. Let us take one sentence. See, he goes to temple every day. He goes to temple every day. What is this sentence? A sentence that gives accepting sense. That sentence is called positive. This is positive. Now we have to make negative sentence. What is the basic rule to make a negative sentence? If you want to make a negative sentence, put not after the special verb, right? But do we have special verb here? No. In this sentence, we have no special verb. If there is special verb, simply you can put not after the special verb. But here, whereas here in this sentence, we have no special verb. See, if we have money, we'll spend. If we have no money, what do? We'll borrow for somebody else, right? Similarly, if there is special verb in a sentence, okay. If there is no special verb, we have to borrow. Do or, does or, did. You have to borrow, do or, does or, did. So 50% answer we have got it here. What is the 50% answer we have got it here? Here in this sentence we have no special verb. So to make a negative or an interrogative, we have to borrow do or, does or, did. 50% answer we got it. Right? 50% answer. We have got it. Still 50% confusion is there. What is the confusion? Sir, do or, does or, did. What I have to borrow here, sir? This is your doubt. Right? When we want to borrow do or, does or, did, check up the verb given in the sentence. Check up the verb given in the sentence. What is the verb here? Goes. What is the tense of goes? Present tense. What is the tense of goes? Present tense. When the verb is in present tense, you must identify, is it present tense with s or is it present tense without s? You must identify it. See, this is with s or without s? With s. This is with s. In the case of present tense with s, what you have to borrow? Does. What you have to borrow? Does. First you borrow do or, does or, did. Then you put not. Then you put not. Right? Now you have taken note. What is the note you have taken? You borrow do or, does or, did. Whatever you borrow, depending on the verb you will borrow. Right? Whatever you borrow. But when we are borrowing do or, does or, did, you should put only root verb. Root means actual. Actual means origin. What is the origin? Go. For goes, went and gone. What is the origin verb? Go. So whatever you borrow, take the root verb. He does not go to temple. Negative is done. That's all. Next. Now we want interrogative. If you want to make an interrogative sentence, what is the rule? Put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. Already we have decided there is no special verb here in this sentence. So that we have borrowed does. So the same does also we have to borrow in interrogative. Does he? Whatever you borrow, put root verb. What is the root verb of goes? Go. Does he go to temple every day? That's all. See? Very easy. So my dear students, when we are borrowing do or, does or, did, what we have to do? Identify the verb given in the sentence. Depending on the verb given in the sentence, we have to borrow do or, does or, did. If we are given present tense without s, we have to borrow do. If we are given present tense with s, we have to borrow does. If we are given past tense, we have to borrow did. Sir, if we are given V3, it means future. What you have to do? We'll see that later. Right? First learn these steps. Right? See? One more, let us practice. See? He went to the temple. He went to the temple. A sentence that gives accepting sense is called positive. Right? Now we have to make negative. If you want to make a negative sentence, what is the rule? Put not after the special verb. But whereas in this sentence, we have no special verb. When there is no special verb, what is the rule? Borrow, do or, does or, did. So, do or, does or, did we have to borrow. 50% answer we got it. Still 50% confusion is here. Why? Because, sir, what you have to borrow? Do what, does or, did. What I told you, when you want to borrow, do what, does or, did. Check up the verb given in the sentence. What is the verb here? Went. Went, it means past tense. Went means past tense. When the verb is in past tense, when the verb is in the form of past tense, what you have to borrow? Did. He did not. Whatever you borrow, do what, does or, did. Take the root verb. What is the root verb? Go. He did not go to the temple. Negative. Interrogative. Did he go to the temple? That's all. Very easy. Put question mark to the interrogative sentence. That's all. Right? So, my dear students, look. So, my students, very easy. These 3 points are very important. What is the first point? To make a negative sentence, put not after the special verb. To make an interrogative sentence, put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. This is the first point. Second point, if there is no special verb in a sentence, what you have to do? Borrow, do or, does or, did. Second point. Whatever you borrow, put root verb in negatives and interrogatives. This is third point. Right? If you look at me, my students, very easy. Again, I am explaining. If there is special verb, okay. If there is no special verb, borrow, do or, does or, did. When we are borrowing do or, does or, did, you should go with root verb. That's all. First point, second point, third point. Right? Keep in memory. With the support of these 3 points, basic rules, how we can play with every English grammar topic, I'll practically show you. You may think, sir, these 3 points already we know, sir, but how we can implement these 3 basic rules to every grammar topic and how we can do every grammar topic easily with the support of these 3 basic rules, I'll practically show you now. Right? Now take the first topic, question tag. See, at the time of speaking, unfortunately some educated also they speak like this. See, I did not saw the film. They speak like this, right? I did not saw the film. Wrong. I did not see the film. I did not see the film. Because when we are using do, does, did, these 3 always take root verb. Right? Next, first topic, question tag. Question. Question tag. Question. Question tag. What is question tag? What is question tag? First, I'll give the notes. I'll explain later. See, after giving a statement, sometimes we confirm if the listener is accepting or not with our statement. This confirmation is called question tag. See, again I'm explaining. After giving a statement, sometimes we confirm if the listener, listener, listener is accepting or not with our statement. With our statement. This confirmation is called question tag. This confirmation is called question tag. Look at me. See, my students, what is question tag? Now I'll explain. See, sometimes we give some statement. After giving the statement, if we are finding anything different expression in the face of that listener, in the face of the listener, we'll have a doubt here. Why there is different expression? Why there is a different expression in his face? Is he accepting or not with my statement? This is a doubt will arise in us, right? When the doubt is there in us, definitely what do? We'll ask the same person whether he is accepting or not with our statement. We'll confirm. This confirmation is called question tag. Now I'll explain with giving one example. Easily you can understand. Everyone knows Rajinikanth hero, right? Everyone knows in India Rajinikanth hero. Now I am giving one statement. Look, my dear students, Rajinikanth is the most handsome hero. I have given one statement, right? While I was giving this statement, suppose some students are here, some students were here. Let us think, right? While I was giving this statement, right, I noticed something different expression in the face of one of the students. Because while I was giving the statement, let us think, he laughed. Something like he gave something different expression like this. Then I'll ask the same student like this. Hey, why are you laughing? Because I noticed something different expression in his face. So that I want to confirm whether he is accepting or not with my statement. Right? So what do? I'll ask the same person like this. Hey, why are you laughing? Isn't he? Again, I'll ask the same person, he is accepting or not with my statement. This confirmation is called question tag. Okay? Now see, what is question tag? What is question tag, my students? We'll give one statement. Right? If we notice anything different expression in the face of that listener, it means with whom we are speaking. Right? If you find anything different expression, we'll confirm whether the person is accepting or not with our statement. This confirmation is called question tag. Right? First model number 1. Right? To a positive statement, negative tag is added. To a positive statement, negative tag is added. Rules. I told you, my notes is almost like mathematical formula. Rules. First rule. Only short forms are used. Rule number 2. In the place of nouns, we have to use pronouns. Right? See, only short forms are used. What is short form? I'll explain now. In the place of nouns, we have to use pronouns. Right? Look at the board, my students. For example, let us take the same sentence. For example, see, Tendulkar is a great cricketer. Tendulkar is a great cricketer. My students, this is a statement. Now we want question tag. Very simple. Question tag is always opposite to the statement. Question tag is always opposite to the statement. Now see, Tendulkar is a great cricketer. Statement is positive or negative? Positive. Statement is positive. So the question tag must be negative. The question tag must be negative. If you want negative, what is the rule? Put not after the special verb. What is the special verb here? Is. What is the special verb here? Is. Is not. There are full forms and short forms in English, right? Is not full form, isn't short form, cannot full form, can't short form, do not full form, don't short form, right? We have to use only short forms in question tags, right? We must not use full forms. It means, what is the short form of is not? Isn't. What is the short form of is not? Isn't. So, rule number 1, we use only short forms. Rule number 2, in the place of nouns, we have to use pronouns. In the place of nouns, we have to use pronoun. If it is a male, he. If it is a female, she. If there is no gender at all, write it. That's all. Tendulkar, male. So, isn't he? Question tag must be ended with question mark. Don't say is not he, isn't he, because you have to use only short form. Rule number 2, in the place of nouns, you have to use pronouns. That's it. Right? See, one more. Let us take one more sentence. The clock is running fast. The clock is running fast. Statement is positive. So the question tag must be negative. What is the first rule? Use only short form. What is the short form of is not? Isn't. Rule number 2. In the place of nouns, we have to use pronouns. Male, in the case of male, write he. In the case of female, write she. Clock, it has no gender. When there is no gender, what you have to do? Write it. Isn't it? Isn't it? Right? Now let us take one more. My neighbor will come tomorrow. Look, statement is positive. So the question tag must be negative. Negative means put not after the special verb. What is the special verb here? Will. Will not. What is the short form of will not? Don't say willn't. Won't. What is the short form of will not? Won't. Won't. Rule number 2. In the place of noun, use pronoun. Neighbor, it might be male or female, right? But gender is there. If there is no gender, you can write it. But gender is there. But gender is not specified here. My dear students, when the gender is not specified, as per the law of English, give preference for male gender. That's all. Won't he? Won't he? When the gender is not specified, as per the law of English, what you have to do? Give preference for male. Won't he? Right? Next, see. I am a teacher of English. Statement is positive or negative? Positive. Question tag must be negative. What is the short form of am not? And everyone commonly says ain't, amn't. Actually, there are no words in English like this. There are no words. These two are wrong. Am not short form is aren't. Aren't. It looks different, but this is correct. See, one more. We are the ilk of made easy. What is the meaning of ilk? family like. We are the family members of made easy. In fact, we are not members of the family, not own members of the family. When we are feeling somebody else as our member of family, then we can use this word. We are all the ilk of made easy. We are all the ilk of some group of company. We are all the ilk of some particular thing like that, right? We are the ilk of made easy. Statement is positive. Question tag must be negative. If you want to make negative, what is the rule? Put not after the special verb. Are not. What is the short form of are not? Aren't. Aren't we? It means, my students, see, the short form of am not is aren't. The short form of are not is also aren't. So, aren't is the short form of two special verbs. Aren't is the short form of two special verbs. What are the two special verbs? One, am not. Two, are not. That's all. Right? Did you get it? Next. See. Now, without special verbs, let us take two sentences. All the students went to the picnic. See, statement is positive. So the question tag must be negative, right? If you want to make negative, what is the rule? Put not after the special verb. Here we have no special verb. When there is no special verb, what is the rule? Borrow, do or does or did. Went is past tense. So I have to borrow did. Did not short form, didn't. All the students, in the case of plural, right they, didn't they. That's all. Didn't they. Went is past tense. So I have to borrow did. Did not short form, didn't. All the students, third person plural. So I have to write they. Okay, next see. My friend smokes. Statement is positive. Question tag must be negative, right? So we have to put not after the special verb. Here we have no special verb. So I have to borrow do or does or did. Smokes. Present tense with this. So I have to borrow does. Doesn't. Friend might be male or female. When the gender is not specified, give preference for male. Doesn't he? That's all. But don't forget ending the. See, look at me. Don't forget ending the question tag with question mark. Okay. Question tag should be followed by question mark. Next. See. One more. He used to smoke in his college days. He used to smoke in his college days. First write down, I'll explain. See, didn't he? You know why didn't he? See, he used to smoke in his college days. Didn't he, sir? Used to special verb is there, sir. Why can't I put not after this special verb immediately? This is your doubt. But there is one rule in English. What is the rule, you know? Note. Used to expresses past habitual actions. In the case of used to, borrow did. Now see, used to always expresses past habitual actions. What I repeatedly used to do in the past. For example, see, I used to sing songs in my college days. I used to sing songs in my college days. Similarly, I used to play cricket in my college days. So used to always expresses our past habitual actions. So when you find used to in a sentence, it means the sentence is dealing with past habitual action. In the case of past, what you have to borrow? Did. That's all. This statement is positive. So the question tag must be negative. Did not short form, didn't he. Already pronoun is here. If name is here, in the place of name, it means in the place of noun, you have to write pronoun. That's all. Okay, I'll explain this point again. Look at the board and me carefully. What is used to? Used to always expresses past habitual actions. Right? Past habitual actions. In the case of past, you have to borrow did. You have to borrow did. Statement is positive. So question tag must be negative. What is the short form of did not? Didn't he? That's all. Right? Next. Model number 2. To a negative statement, positive tag is added. To a negative statement, positive tag is added. Let's take one formula here. I told you, right? Do you remember? My notes is almost like mathematical formula. Special verb plus pronoun. Special verb plus pronoun. For example, see, the clock is not working. The clock is not working. Statement is positive or negative? Negative. Statement is negative. So the question tag must be positive. Question tag must be positive. What is the formula? Special verb plus special verb is pronoun. Clock. Right? Clock in the class, clock it has no gender. So what you have to write? It. Is it? Look at the board, my students. What is the formula? Special verb plus pronoun. See, suppose if you forget, look at me. You may forget the formula. Very simple. If the statement is positive, okay, put not. If the statement is negative, remove not. See, the clock is not working. Statement is negative. So remove not. In the case of negative statement, remove not. In the case of positive statement, put not. It means when you are writing from positive statement to, look at me, if there is a positive statement, if you want a question tag, then you have to put not. If the statement is negative, right, when you are making question tag, you have to remove not. Putting not, removing not. That's all. Right? The clock is not working, is it? See one more. I am not a teacher of English. Statement is negative. Question tag must be positive. It means remove not. Am I? You have to write am I. Don't be too smart here. Don't write RA. Don't write RA. See, when you are writing from positive to negative, then am not changes as aren't. When you are writing from negative to positive, am comes as am. That's it. Okay? I am not a teacher of English. Statement is negative. Question tag must be positive. Special verb plus pronoun. Am I? Don't write RA here. This is wrong. Okay? One more. My friend does not eat non-veg. Negative. This is negative. Question tag must be positive. What I told you, remove not. Does he? Don't strike off. just to make you understand in the class, I have struck off here. In fact, don't strike off. Okay? My friend does not eat non-veg. Does he? Because statement is negative. Question tag must be positive. What is the formula? Special verb plus pronoun. My friend, male or female, we don't know. When the gender is not specified, what I told you, give preference for male. Right? So these are these two are main models. Main models, but we are appearing for competitive exams. So I have to go into the depth of every topic. Some special models are there other than these two. Let us learn remaining models also. Model number 3. Model number 3. See? The following words always give negative sense. In the case of these words, the question tag is always positive. See, look at the word. The following words always give negative sense. In the case of these words, the question tag is always positive. Now I am giving some words list. In the case of all these words, question tag must be positive. Why? Because all these words give negative sense. What are the words list? What is the list of the words? I'll tell you. Look. What are these words? Look. Hardly, scarcely, rarely, barely, seldom, and never. This is the list of these 6 words. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look, these 6 words always give negative sense. So, my dear students, if you find any one of these words in a sentence, it means that is negative statement. It means that is negative statements. So, in the case of negative statement, question tag must be positive. It means if you find any one of these 6 words in a sentence, question tag must be positive. For example, see. He hardly comes to my house. See, he hardly comes to my house. I told you no, right? What I told you no? Hardly, scarcely, rarely, seldom, barely, and never. These 6 words always give negative sense. If you find any one of these words in a sentence, it means if we have any one of these words in a sentence, it means that sentence is negative. That sentence is negative. See, hardly is here. So this is negative sentence. This is negative sentence. When the statement is negative, question tag must be positive. What is the formula? Special verb plus pronoun. But here we have no special verb. When there is no special verb, what you have to do? Borrow, do, or, does, or, did. How can we decide? Comes present tense with us. In the case of present tense with us, you have to borrow does. You have to borrow does. Does he? That's all. Very easy. No doubt. Very important. Does he? Okay? See? One more. Barking dogs seldom bite. Barking dogs seldom bite. I am sure every student is getting confusion like this here with this sentence especially. See, okay, seldom is here. So this is negative. So question tag must be positive. What they are unfortunately thinking, Dogs. Yes is here. So they are borrowing does. Does they are writing like this. Barking dogs plural. But this is wrong. This is wrong. My dear students, do or does or did. We have to borrow. We have to borrow considering the verb. Considering the verb. Dogs. This is not verb. This is noun. What is the verb here? Bite. What is the verb here? Bite. See? Bite by bites. Bit, bitten. Bite. Present tense without us. In the case of present tense without us, what you have to borrow? Do. Barking dogs, third person plural. Do they? This is wrong. This is correct. Don't say does they. Most of the students are getting confusion by borrowing does and considering dogs is the verb. But dogs is a not verb. This is noun. What is the verb in the sentence here? Bite. Bite. So, depending on the verb, we have to borrow do or does or did. What is the verb in the sentence here? Bite. Dogs is noun, not verb. Okay? Now, see. One more. He never asked me anything. He never asked me anything. Never. Negative. So what I told you, I have given you 6 words list now, right? So this is one among those 6. When you find never in a sentence, it means that is negative. When a statement is negative, question tag must be positive. What is the rule? Special verb plus pronoun. Asked past tense. So I have to borrow did. Did he? Did he? That's all. We have no special verb here. Right? When there is no special, what you have to do? Borrow, do or does or did. Asked is past tense. So I have to borrow did. That's all. Okay? My students, model number 4. See? These 6 are very dangerous. Usage of everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody. Usage of everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody. These 6 are most dangerous words because they take dual role. These 6 words are very dangerous because these 6 words take dual role. What is dual role? See. Note. What is a note? This is very important point, right? What is the note you have to write here? You know, these 6 words take singular verb at the time of statements. These 6 words take singular verb at the time of statements. But at the time of question tags. At the time of question tags. These words take plural verb. See, at the time of statements, these 6 words take singular verb. But at the time of question tags, these words take plural verb. Sir, what is singular verb? What is plural verb? What is this, sir? This is your confusion, right? Singular verbs, plural verbs. I'll give the list here. See. singular verbs, plural verbs. Is, are, was, were, has, have, does, do, does, do. Right? See? These 6 words, look at the board. Usage of everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody. Right? See, all these 6 words take singular verb at the time of statements. At the time of statements, these words take singular verb. But at the time of question tags, these words never take singular verb. These words take plural verb. I have given the list of singular verbs and plural verbs. Is, are, was, were, has, have, does, do. Right? Now see, let's take one sentence. Not one sentence, more and more examples. Examples, 4 or 5 examples let us take. Let us take more and more examples. The more we take, see, the more examples we take, the more perfection we can have. And everyone says, see, everyone says practice makes a man perfect. Practice makes a man perfect. But I have no belief in this statement. Because practice makes a man perfect is wrong. Perfect practice makes a man perfect. Practice also must be perfect. Right? See? Everyone is coming. Statement is positive or negative? Statement is positive. So, the question tag must be negative. If you want negative, what is the rule? Put not after the special term. Is plus not, isn't. Everyone. Isn't? Everyone. Everyone thinks like this and they claim the answer like this. My dear students, unfortunately this is wrong. This is wrong. Why this is wrong? I just told you. Everyone, everybody, no one, nobody, someone, somebody. These 6 words at the time of statements, they take singular verb. Right? But at the time of question tags, these words take plural verb. See, this is statement. So I have used it here singular verb. But at the time of question tags, these words take plural verb. What do you have to say? What do you have to use? Plural verb. What is the plural form of is? Are. Are plus not? Aren't. Why plus not? Statement is positive. Question tag must be negative. Whatever the model it is. Right? Question tag is always opposite to the statement, that is common. So, is not. Is, what is the plural form of is? Are. Aren't. And also, in the place of, one more important point here, in the place of all these words, right, we have to write they. Don't repeat these words in the question tag. Aren't they? Aren't they? In the case of all these words, we have to write they. Don't repeat these words in question tags. Aren't they? Okay? This is important point. See, I am writing here important point. What is the important point? Note it down. Very important point. Pause the video here and note it down. Important point. What is the important point? See? In the place of all these 6 words, we have to write they. We have to write they. That's it. Very easy. We have to write they. Right? What is important point? In the place of all these 6 words, we have to HAVE. Okay? We have to write they. THEV, they underline, put single quotations like that. See? One more. Everyone was here yesterday. Everyone was here yesterday. Statement is positive. Question tag must be negative. Right? So what is the plural form of was? Were. Were not. Short form, weren't. In the place of all these words, we have to write they. Weren't they? Weren't they? Right? Was is singular. We have to use plural form. I told you. What is the plural form of was? Were. Were not short form. Weren't they? Why weren't? Statement is positive. Question tag must be negative. That is common character. Right? One more. Everyone likes music. This is a complex sentence. It means a bit difficult sentence. Why? Look at me. Everyone likes music. Statement is positive or negative? Positive. Question tag must be negative. So, if you want to make negative, what you have to do? Put not after the special verb. But here in this sentence, we have no special verb. When there is no special verb, what you have to do? Borrow, do, does, did. Go to the basic rule. Okay? Likes, present tense with us. So you have to borrow does. Does plus not, doesn't. Everyone, they. Okay? Wrong. This is also. Why? Why this is wrong? Because does is singular. Does is singular. What is the plural form of does? Do. Do plus not. Don't they. This is how you have to write. Right? So, my dear students, everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody. In the case of all these 6 words, don't use singular verb. Right? Use only plural verb. At the time of statements, these 6 words take singular verb. At the time of question tags, these 6 words take plural verb. That's all. Any doubt? Now see, let us take some negative sentences. For example, no one or none. Both are same. Okay? No one was hurt in the accident. No one or none. Both are same. When you see no one or none, these two are negative. These two are negative. So the question tag must be positive. What is the plural form of was? Were. In the case of, it means in the place of all these words, we have to write they. Were they. That's it. Were they. Okay? Very easy. No one, none. These two are negative. So the question tag must be positive. But in the case of see, at the time of question tags, these words take plural verb. What is the plural form of was? Were. In the place of all these 6 words, you write they. Were they. That's all. See? No one, nobody, none, 3 are same. Nobody supports corruption. Nobody supports corruption. Right? Supports. Present tense with us. So you have to borrow does. But does is singular. What is the plural form of does? Do. Do they. That's all. Okay? Don't write does they. Because does is singular. Use only plural verbs at the time of question tags in the case of all these 6 words. Right? Now one more. None came to the party yesterday. Okay? Came, past tense. So you have to borrow did. Did they? Very easy. Did they? That's it. So, my dear students, I'll explain this point again. See, I'll explain this point again. Everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody. In the case of all these 6 words, at the time of statements, use singular verb. At the time of question tags, use plural verb. That's all. Okay? I have given you the list of singular verbs as well as plural verbs. Is, are, was, were, has, have, does, do. Only 4 verbs are here, like this in English. That's it. Right? Next model. Next model, model 5. Uses of have, has, had. These 3 are also very dangerous. Why? Why dangerous? Look at uses of have, has, had. Note. These 3 act as 2 kinds. These 3 act as 2 kinds. 1. Main verb. 2. Special verb. Main verb, special verb. Right? These 3 act as 2 kinds. Sometimes these 3 act as main verb. Sometimes these 3 act as special verb. Sir, what is main verb? What is special verb? There I am coming. Don't worry. I am coming. See. First, let us take 3 forms. Have by, has, had, had. Just like go by, goes, went, gone. Okay? Just like go by, goes, went, gone. Have also has 3 forms. Have by, has, had, had. Okay? Now look at the board. My dear students, see. See? He has a car. He has purchased a car. Now look at the board. He has a car. He has purchased a car. My dear students, if you find have, has, had in a sentence, first you identify. These 3 are acting as main verb. These 3 are acting as special verb. You have to identify first. These 3 are acting as main verb. Or these 3 are acting as special verb. First you have to identify. Sir, how can I identify, sir? This is your doubt, right? Very easy. Depending on the meaning. First, depending on the meaning. For example, he has a car means he possesses a car. He possesses a car. Here in the sentence, has is giving us the meaning of possessing. If these 3 words are giving us the meaning of possessing, then these 3 are main verbs. He has purchased a car. Whereas in the second sentence, has is not giving us any meaning. Purchased is giving us meaning. So, if these 3 are not giving any meaning, these 3 are special verb. SVMB. Main verb, special verb. It means depending on the meaning, we can easily assess these 3 are main verb or special verb. This is the best method. Of course, suppose let us think, if you are poor in English, sir, I am not able to decide whether these 3 are giving me meaning or not. I am very poor in English. Is there any technique for me? Right? Can you please help me in any other way? This is your doubt. I can understand your feeling. Right? My dear students, if you are able to understand the meaning, we can easily decide main verb, special verb. What is the meaning? If these 3 are giving us the meaning of possessing, these 3 are main verb. If these three are not giving any meaning, these three are special verb. Depending on the meaning, we can decide. Right? For example, if you are getting confusion with understanding the meaning, best technique. He has a car. See, any other verb is here? There is no another verb in this sentence. If there is no any other verb in the sentence, these three are main heroes, main verb. These three are main heroes. He has purchased a car. Another verb is there in this sentence. If any other verb is there, these three in the sentence, these three are side heroes, special verb. That's all. If you are good at understanding the meaning, it's okay. If you are not, if you are getting confusion with understanding the meaning, this is the best technique. What is the technique? If any other verb is there like this, these three are side heroes. If no other verb is there in the sentence, these three are main heroes. That's all. Right? So like this, first, when you find have, has, had in a sentence, first you identify these three are main verb or special verb. First you identify. After that, go for the question tag. See, he has purchased a car. Statement is positive or negative? Positive. So the question tag must be negative. If you want negative, what is the rule? Put not after the special verb. Has. What is the special verb here? Has. Has not short form. Hasn't. Hasn't he. Hasn't he. That's all. He has a car. Statement is positive or negative? Positive. Right? So question tag must be negative. If you want negative, what is the rule? Put not after the special verb. Put not after the special verb. But here in this sentence, has is not acting as special verb. This is main verb. This is main verb. It means when there is no special verb, what you have to do? Borrow, do or, does or, did. Go to the basic rule. How can we decide? Do or, does or, did. Does, present tense with us. In the case of present tense with us, you have to borrow does. Does not short form, doesn't he. That's all. Very easy. See how it is here? Just try to understand. Right? My dear students, look at the word. I explain again. When you find have, has, had in a sentence, first you identify these three are acting as main verb. These three are acting as special verb. First you identify. How can we identify? Depending on the meaning. Depending on the meaning. If these three are giving us the meaning of possessing, these three are main verb. If these three are not giving us any meaning, these three are special verb. Right? Suppose if you are getting confusion with understanding the meaning, then go with the technique. What is the technique? If we have any other verb like this, these three are side heroes, it means special verb. If we have no other verb in a sentence, right, these three are main heroes, it means main verb. That's all. See? Just now I give you two sentences. 1 minute I give you time. You try your own self. See? You try yourself. You had problems earlier. First you identify what is had in the first sentence, what is had in the second sentence. 1 minute I time. 1 minute time I give you. Try. Just think. Very easy. Depending on the meaning, or else go with the technique. Right? Now see. He had problems here, earlier. There is no other verb in this sentence here. So, here in this sentence, had is acting as main verb. Right? He had solved. Another verb is here in this sentence. If any other verb is there in the sentence, these three are side heroes, especially. I just told you. Now, statement is positive. Statement is positive. Question tag must be negative. Hadn't he? Why hadn't he? Statement is positive. Question tag must be negative. Right? If you want negative, what is the rule? Put not after the special verb. Had is acting as special verb. So you can directly put not after had. Had not short form, had it. We have to use only short forms. I told you. Right. See? He had problems earlier. Had is main verb. It means this is not special verb. It means when there is no special verb, borrow, do, or does, or did. What you have to borrow? Had is past tense. In the case of past tense, you have to borrow did. Did not short form. Didn't he? That's all. Very easy. Right? Next model. Usage of a few. Few. A few is equal to positive. Few is equal to negative. A little, four words, is equal to positive. Little is equal to negative. See? Usage of a few. Few. A little, little. A few is equal to positive. Few is equal to negative. A little is equal to positive. Little is equal to negative. See, a few, few. We use with countable nouns. A little, little. We use with uncountable nouns. See, he asked me a few books. He asked me a little coffee. In the case of uncountable nouns, we use little or little. In the case of countable nouns, we use a few or few. What is countable noun? What is uncountable noun? I'll explain later. Don't worry. Okay? Now see. There are a few books in the library. There are a few books in the library. A few is here. A few means positive. This is positive statement. So the question mark must be negative. Negative means put not after the special verb. Are not, short form, aren't. If the sentence begins with there, okay, that only comes again in question tag. Aren't there. Aren't there. Okay. Next. There are few books in the library. Few. Negative. So the question mark must be positive. Okay. Are there. Are there. That's all. A few means positive. If you are given a few in the examination, it means statement is positive. If you are given few, right? Few is negative. So question tag must be positive. Similarly, let us take these two. A little, little. He asked me a little coffee. He asked me a little coffee. This is positive. A little is positive. Question tag must be negative. Asked past tense. So I have to borrow did. Didn't he? For example, he asked me little coffee. did he. Little is negative. Question tag must be positive. That's all. Okay? Okay, my students? Now see. Next model. Next model. If the statement, this is very easy. If the statement begins with let's or let us. If the statement begins with let's or let us, both are same. Let's means let us. Short form of let us, let's. Okay? See? Right? See? If the statement begins with let's or let us, the question tag is always shall we. Very easy. See? Let us start the work now. Let us not start the work now. See, I told you, generally not will come after the special verb in English. Some extraordinary cases. See, here we have written not after us. Some extraordinary cases are here. So they're like this. Okay. Now, let us start the work now. Let us not start the work now. If the statement begins with let us or let's, let us or let's, then the statement is positive or negative, whatever it is. Question tag is shall we. That's all. Question tag is shall we. That's all. See, if the statement begins with let's or let us, the question tag is always shall we. Statement is positive or negative, irrespective of statement. Question tag is shall we. That's all. Okay. Next, see, last two models. Okay. See, imperative statements. Generally take will you. Imperative statements generally take will you. What is imperative statement? What is imperative? Now I'll explain. See, already I explained 2 points. Sentences. Assertive sentence I explained. Interrogative sentence I have explained. Third one, imperative sentence. Now I am explaining. See, what is imperative? Rules. 1. Subject you is absent. But the meaning is implied in it. But the meaning is implied in it. Sentence begins with V1. V1 means verb 1. See, go, went, gone. Verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. Like this. Okay? 3. Expresses command or request. Expresses command or request. Okay? My dear students, in the case of imperative statements, generally the question tag is will you. Imperative statements generally take will you in question tags. Okay? If the statement is in the form of imperative, the statement is positive or negative, we don't worry about it, right? Simply the question tag is will you. For example, see, come here. For example, come here. See, my students, when we directly speak to a person, observe, when we directly speak to a person, we don't say you, but the meaning will be there. For example, I am asking somebody else like this. Come here means you come here. I am not saying you, but the meaning is there. Rule number one is satisfied. See, come here. There is no you here, but the meaning is already implied in it. So rule number one is satisfied. Rule number two, sentence begins with V1. Come, came, come. Sentence is with V1. Sentence is with V1. Rule number two is satisfied. Expresses command or request. See, come here, command, come here, request. Just by changing expression of the face, you can claim this sentence in the form of command as well as request. Rule number three is satisfied. A sentence that is satisfied with these three rules, that sentence is called imperative. So what is imperative? So many are getting confusion with the imperative sentences. Sir, what is imperative? What is imperative? What is imperative? Nothing to worry. There is nothing in confusion. See, this is the best approach. I strongly believe in it to understand the imperative sentence. What is that? Yes, subject you is absent, but the meaning is implied in it. Sentence should begin with V1. The sentence should express command or request. A sentence that is satisfied with these three rules, that sentence is called imperative. In the case of imperatives like this, statement is positive or negative. Don't worry. Generally, imperatives take will you. Imperatives take will you. Similarly, go there. Will you? Suppose let us take one negative. Don't go there. Will you? That's all. So, my dear students, in the case of imperatives, statement is positive or negative. Don't worry. Okay? Generally, question tag is will you. Some exceptional cases are there. I'll explain that case also now. Right? So, in the case of imperatives, statement is positive or negative. What is the question tag? Will you. What is imperative? A sentence that is satisfied with these three rules, that sentence is called imperative. Okay? Now see. Suppose, look. Shut up. I'm saying shut up somebody else. Right? Look at me. First it means when I'm directly speaking to a person, I don't say you. There is no you here. Right? But the meaning is here. So rule number one, satisfied. Rule number two, sentence begins with V1. Shut, shut, shut. Sentence is with V1. Rule number two, satisfied. If you go to the third rule, right, that sentence expresses only command, that does not give the expression of request. For example, see, I can say shut up, but I cannot say shut up. We cannot give the expression of request here, right? So, if you go to the third rule, if the third rule is expressing only command, these imperatives take contive. Similarly, see, get lost. Can't you? Similarly, keep silence. Can't you? Right? Look, I'm sure you may confuse with this sentence. Sir, sometimes we say, please keep silence, sir. Right? My dear students, there is one logic here. Don't think that all the time the word please is used to give the expression of request only. Sometimes under frustration also we use please. Suppose now I am taking class. Let us think, right? Some students are doing mischief in the class. I warn them 2 or 3 times. After that, please keep silence. It means not request. Under frustration, I am using please here. Okay? So my students, don't think please always gives the expression of request. Sometimes we use the word please under frustration also. Please mind your own business. See, not request, under frustration. So can't use the answer. So what is the logic here, my students? Observe. In the case of imperatives, go to the third rule. Go to the third rule. If the third rule is expressing command and request, will you is the question tag. Will you is the question tag. If the third rule is expressing only command, can't use the question tag. It means in the case of imperatives, depending on the third rule, right? Depending on the third rule, we can decide question tag is will you or can't you. How can we decide? If the third rule is expressing command and request, if the sentence is in the form of giving the expression of command and request, then will you is the question tag. If the sentence is in the form of giving the expression of only command, can't use the question tag. That's it. Very easy. Okay? Now, last model. See, this model violates the rule of the question tag. What is the rule of the question tag? Question tag is always opposite to the statement, right? But this model goes against the rule of the question tag. See, if the statement begins with letters, if the statement begins with so, underline it. If the statement begins with so, A, to a positive statement question tag is also positive. B, to a negative statement question tag is also negative. Very easy. See, only this is the only model which violates the rule of the question tag. Look, to a positive statement question tag is also positive. To a negative statement question tag is also negative. For example, see, so you are coming. So you are not coming. See, my dear students, observe. Concentrate on board. See, so you are coming. Right? Actually, statement is positive, and everyone thinks question tag is negative. So you are not coming. Question tag is statement is negative. So everyone thinks question tag is positive. But unfortunately, your thinking is wrong here. Why? If the statement begins with so, to a positive statement, question tag is also positive. Are you? If the statement is negative, question tag is also negative. Aren't you? That's all. Very easy. Okay? I explain this model again. See. If the statement begins with so, right? To a positive statement, question tag is also positive. To a negative statement, question tag is also negative. Suppose If so is not here, then these two are wrong. Then these two are wrong. Statement is positive. Question tag must be negative. Statement is negative. Question tag must be positive. Okay? But why you are accepting these two are correct? Because these two statements began with so here. So we can claim these two are correct. Okay? This is the only model violates the rule of the question tag. So my students, all models I have covered in the class, right? Regarding the question tag topic. Observe. First, what is the basic rule of question tag? Question tag is always opposite to the statement. Question tag is always opposite to the statement. Right? Only one model. What is that model? When the statement begins with so. When the statement begins with so. Then only to a positive statement, question tag is also positive. To a negative statement, question tag is also negative. Except this model, in all other models, question tag is always opposite to the statement. That's all. Very easy. Now, how we can expect a question in the examination? Suppose if a question is given from this topic, how we can expect a question in the examination? For example, see. He hardly comes to my house. Find the QT. QT means question tag. Right? Does he? B. Doesn't he? C. Is he? Isn't he? Isn't he? What is the answer? Does he? What is the answer? Because hardly is here. Negative. Hardly, scarcely, rarely, seldom, barely, never. I told you. If you find any one of these 6 words in a sentence, it means statement is negative. Question tag must be positive. So does he is the answer. Why does comes present tense with s? So I have to borrow does. Does he? Right? This is correct. My dear students, this is straight way of asking. The question is, this is called straight way of asking. Examination is of two kinds. Any examination is of two kinds. Academic examination, competitive examination. In the case of academic examination means 10th class, degree, intermediate, like this. In the case of all academic examinations, any question you take, right, always questions will be asked in a straight way like this. In a straight way like this. Whereas in competitive exams, whatever the topic it is, you never can expect a question in a straight way like this. You never be given a question in a straight way like this. See, in the case of competitive exams, whatever the topic you take, the question will be in any one of these three forms. One, improve the underlined part. Two, fill in the sentence with appropriate option. Three, correct the sentence. See, he hardly comes to my house. Doesn't he? Improve the underlined part. A. Does he? B. Is he? C. Isn't he? D. No improvement. What is the option? How can we improve that underlined part? Does he? How can you improve? With the option A, we can improve that part. Right? So, sometimes you will be given questions in the form of improve the underlined part like this. Sometimes you will be given questions in the form of improve the underlined part like this. Sometimes. dash, fill in the blank or fill in the sentence, whatever it is, with the appropriate option. With the appropriate option. Doesn't he? See, he hardly comes to my house, dash, fill in the blank or fill in the sentence, whatever it is, with the appropriate option. With what option we can fill in does he? Option B, option A. Sometimes we will be asked questions in the form of fill in the sentence or complete the sentence with appropriate option like this. Right? Sometimes. He hardly comes to my house, doesn't he? Which part is wrong here? Doesn't he? This part is wrong. So sometimes we will be asked in the form of correct the sentence. So my dear students, now see, look at me. Whatever the topic it is, the questions will be given in any one of these three forms, or else questions will be given in all these three forms. Suppose the paper is given for 10 marks, three questions will be given in the form of improve the underlined part, three questions will be given in the form of fill in the sentence with appropriate option, three questions will be given in the form of correct the sentence, depending on situations. So totally, whatever the competitive paper you take, today I am telling you, you will be asked questions in these three forms only in the competitive exams. Once we become strong in the concept, however the question is given, we can easily do it. Right? So try to become strong in the concept. Automatically can do it. Okay? This topic is over. The next topic. Simple topic. This is also usage of as soon as. B. No sooner than. C. Hardly when. D. Scarcely when by. Before. Scarcely when by. Before. See, these four words, more very important words. 1, 2, 3, 4. These four words are called idiomatic expressions. These four words are called idiomatic expression. So many times we come across one word in English. Idiom. What is idiom? Is it an item like idli? No. Right? What is the meaning of idiom? My dear students, see, I'll explain clearly. Observe. What is the meaning of idiom? Two words, generally two words, sometimes more than two also. See, 1, 2, 3. Here we have 3. Here we have only 2. But in these two words we have 3. But generally two words. Two words join with each other. After joining with each other, the two words, they leave their actual meaning. They leave their actual meaning. And they give a different meaning. And they give a strange meaning. So these words are called idioms. These words are called idioms. For example, see, You take one word, cats and dogs. Cats, it has some meaning. Dogs, it has some meaning. Actually, the meaning is animals. But what is happening here? These two words are joining with each other. After joining with each other, these two words are leaving their actual meaning, right? And giving a different, a strange meaning which we cannot access. For example, see, heavy rain. Heavy. These two words are leaving their actual meaning and they are giving a strange meaning. Heavy rain. As it is cats and dogs, the play has been stopped. See, who are poor in English, unfortunately, how do they think some cats and dogs might enter the ground? So they will look for cats and dogs where they are on the ground like this. So, my dear students, these words are called idioms. Observe. So, it means two words or more than two. Generally, two words. Okay, they join with each other and they leave their actual meaning and they give a different meaning. These words are called idioms. Okay. See, as soon as, no sooner than, hardly when. Hardly gives only, hardly actually gives negative sense. I told you hardly, rarely, scarcely, seldom. When means time, right? Scarcely, negative sense. But these, see, similarly, as means it has so many meanings in English. As a principal, it means I being a principal, right? So many means it has. See, what is happening here? Soon means within no time. See, what is happening here? These three words actually, as it has some meaning, soon it has some meaning, as it has some meaning. What is happening here? These three words are joining with one another, and these three words are leaving their actual meaning and they are giving different meaning. Similarly, these three. Similarly, these two. Similarly, these two. All these four words are giving different meaning. What is the different meaning? These four words. These four words give the same meaning, that is immediately. That is immediately. It means as soon as means immediately. No sooner than means immediately. Hardly when means immediately. Scarcely when by before also means immediately. See? What is the full form of IE? Everyone says that is, that is, that is. What is the full form of IE? Idest. 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 This is a French word. Okay? See, number spelling NUMBER. But whereas in short form everyone writes NO. What is this? Actually, there is no O letter in the word. Then why you are writing like this? You know why? NO means numerical order. Numerical order. Okay? What is the difference between silent and silence? Think. Singular, plural. If you are asking only one person, keep silent. If you are asking more than two persons, keep silence. That's it. This is used as singular, this is used as plural. That's it. Right? Some words look like very simple, but when others ask us, we will be in dilemma. That's the problem. Right? Now see, usage of as soon as, no sooner than, hardly when, scarcely when by, before. All these four words give the same meaning. What is the meaning? These four words give immediately. It means as soon as means immediately. No sooner than means immediately. Hardly when also means immediately. Scarcely when by before also means immediately. See? First, usage of no sooner than. Usage of no sooner than. Rules. What are the rules? 1. Put no sooner. Underline it like this. In the place of. as soon as. Put no sooner in the place of as soon as. 2. Change the as soon as sentence into interrogative form. Third rule. Put than before the second sentence. Right? Now see. Very easy. As soon as I went home, I took rest. Right? 2 sentences. As soon as I went home, I took rest. First, let us think. He may ask us to write the sentence with no sooner than. He may ask us, he means in the examiner. The examiner, okay? See, in the examiner, he may ask us to write the same sentence with the uses of no sooner than. Let us think. First, what is the first rule? Put no sooner in the place of as soon as. It means put no sooner in the place of as soon as. How many rules? 1, 2, 3. Put strokes like this. Then easily I can do it. Put no sooner in the place of as soon as. Right? Next, change the as soon as sentence into interrogative form. See, I went home. This is as soon as sentence. I took rest. This is general sentence. This is as soon as sentence. This is general sentence. What is the rule number 2? Change the as soon as sentence into interrogative form. This is as soon as sentence. Right? What you have to do? Change this as soon as sentence into interrogative form. Into interrogative form. I told you already basic. How can we make interrogative sentence? To make an interrogative sentence, put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. Do you remember? Yes. See, put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. But here we have no special verb. When there is no special verb, what do you have to do? Borrow, do or does or did. How can we decide? Depending on the verb given in the sentence. What is the verb here? Went, past tense. In the case of past tense, what do you have to borrow? Did. Did I? When we borrow do or does or did, I told you put the root verb. What is the root verb? Go. What is the root verb? Go. See? Go, went, gone. Go by, goes. What is the root verb? Go. For goes, went and gone. But these 3 verbs, go is the root verb. Did I go home? Yes. Rule number 2 is done. We have changed the as soon as sentence into interrogative form. Done. Rule number 3. Put than before the second sentence. Put than. Before the second sentence. After putting than, write the second sentence as usual. Without any change. I took rest. That's all. No sooner did I go home. I took rest. It means both are same in the meaning. Meaning doesn't get changed. Both are same in the meaning. Right? See? As soon as I went home, I took rest. If you want to enrich your construction, right? It means if you want to enrich the way you speak. No sooner did I go home than I took rest. Right? You are raising your standard of speaking here. That's it. Right? What is the first rule? Again I am explaining. Put no sooner in the place of as soon as. What is the second rule? Change the as soon as sentence or as soon as part or as soon as class. What is class? I'll explain later. Don't worry. Right? Change the as soon as sentence into interrogative form. Rule number 2. What is rule number 3? Put than before the second sentence. After putting than, repeat the general sentence as usual. without any change. That's all. Now, see, 1 minute time I give, you try yourself. I give you one sentence, you try yourself. As soon as the baby sees the doctor, she will cry. You just try. Try means don't try crying. Try the sentence. Okay? See by sees. See, I'm writing the three forms of the verb here. See, saw, seen. Try. Right? First. One, two, three. What is the first rule? Put no sooner in the place of as soon as. No sooner. Right? What is the second rule? See, you take the strokes like this. Okay? And do step by step like how I am doing in the class. Don't try to do directly. You will confuse. Till you have perfection, take the strokes like this. Yes, first rule I have done. Second rule I have done. Third rule I have done. If you go pointwise like this, you can have perfection. Once you have perfection, you have no need to depend on all these things. Okay? No sooner. Rule number two. This is the as soon as part. Right? What is the rule number two? Change the as soon as part into interrogative form. How can we make interrogative form? Put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. Do we have special verb here? No. When there is no special verb, what is the rule? Borrow, do or does or did. Right? Cease, present tense with S. So you have to borrow does. Does the baby. Whatever you borrow, put the root verb. I told you. See the doctor. Right? No sooner does the baby see the doctor. We have changed this part into interrogative form like this. Rule number three. Put than before the second sentence. Put than before the second sentence. She will cry. After putting than, repeat the second sentence as usual without any change. Right? That's it. One more. This also you try. Just 1 minute time I'll give you. As soon as I go home, I will call you. You try. Just 1 minute time I give you. Three forms I'm giving here, okay? Go by goes. Went. Gone. Take the strokes like this first. One, two, three, right? First, in the place of as soon as, write no sooner. Rule number two, change the as soon as part into interrogative form. Right? What is the as soon as part? I go home. If you want to make an interrogative, what is the rule? Put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence, right? But do we have special verb here? No. When there is no special verb, what is the rule? Borrow, do or does or did. Go. Present tense without s. In the case of present tense without s, what you have to borrow? Do. Do I go home? So, second part, second rule, we have changed the as soon as part into interrogative form. Third rule, put them before the second sentence. Second sentence, write as usual without any change. That's all. No sooner do I go home than I will call you. That's it. Okay? Next, take the heading. Uses of hardly when. Uses of hardly when. See, hardly when means immediately. Rules. First rule. Put hardly the place of as soon as. Change the as soon as part. As soon as part, as soon as sentence, as soon as clause, whatever you call. Right? Change the as soon as part. As soon as clause, you can say. As soon as part, you can say. As soon as sentence, you can say. But if I tell you now clause, you may confuse. So that I am not using the word clause here. What is clause? I'll explain later. Okay? As soon as part. Change the as soon as part. Underline this. Okay? Change the as soon as part into had plus V3 form. This also you have to underline. V3 form. And then change into interrogative form. Okay? I'll explain what is all this. Don't worry. Next. Put when. Before the second sentence. Right? See. Right? Hardly when. Now let us take one sentence. Same sentence let us take. As soon as I went home, I took rest. Right? Now how many rules? 1, 2, 3. What is the word you are using here? Hardly when. Hardly when. What is the first rule? Put hardly in the place of as soon as. Hardly in the place of as soon as, put hardly. Rule number 1 we have done. Rule number 2. Change the as soon as part into had plus V3 form. See, at the time of no sooner than, what we have done? Observe. At the time of no sooner than, we have changed the as soon as part into interrogative form. Do you remember? We have changed the as soon as part into interrogative form. But here in this case, it means when we are using the word hardly when, don't directly change into interrogative form. Don't directly change into interrogative form. First, see, we have to change like had plus V3. First change into change the part into had plus V3 form. Had plus, what is V3? Went V3 gone. I had gone home. I had gone home. First change the as soon as part into had plus V3 form. After changing into had plus V3 form, then you change into interrogative form. Now this sentence you have to change into interrogative form. If you want to make an interrogative form, what is the rule? Put the special verb at the beginning of the sentence. Already special verb is here. Had I gone home? Some students are getting confusion like this. Sir, can we use root verb here? No. When we have to use root verb, when we borrow, do, does, did, then only put the root verb, right? Here you are not borrowing do or does or did. Don't confuse, right? So what is the second rule? Change the as soon as part into had plus V3. After changing into had plus V3, then you change into interrogative form. Rule number 2. Rule number 3. Put when before the second sentence. Second sentence comes as usual. That's all. So my dear students, look at me. Look at the board. What is the difference between no sooner and hardly when? In the case of no sooner, you can change the as soon as part directly into interrogative form. Directly you can change into interrogative form. But when we use hardly when, don't directly change into interrogative form. First you change into had plus V3 form and then you change into interrogative form. That's all. Third rule is put when before the second sentence. That's it. Okay? Right? Now one more sentence. See? 1 minute I give you time, you try yourself. As soon as I got the telegram, I left in a cab. Try. 3 forms I am giving here. Get by gets. Got. Gotten. You try yourself. Gotten by got. Both are correct. See, third form of get is equal to see. Get got. Get gotten. Both are correct. Americans say gotten. Britishers say got. Indians say both because English is not ours. That's it. No doubt. Try. You try yourself. 1 minute time I give you. Now see. First, put 1, 2, 3. Put hardly in the place of as soon as. Hardly. Rule number 1 done. What is the second sentence? Second rule. Take the as soon as part. I got the telegram. I got the telegram. Take the as soon as part. First, change into had plus V3. I had got. I had gotten. Both are correct. I had got the telegram. Right? This you have to change into interrogative form. Had I got the telegram? Okay? First to change into had plus V3 form. Then you change into interrogative form. Right? This we have to write here. Hardly had I got the telegram. Here we must not put question mark. Why? Here we have ended the sentence so that we have used the punctuation mark here. Still there is something to write. So don't put the question mark. Right? So rule number 2. What is the rule number 3? Put when after the second sentence. When I left in a cab. That's half. Very easy. Okay, my students. So what is the difference between no sooner and hardly when? No sooner directly takes interrogative form. Hardly when first change into had plus V3 form, then you change into interrogative form. Right? Next.